When you think of a Roblox Wiki, you probably think of this one, the community-ran wiki hosted on Fandom. But did you know that almost 20 years ago when the website looked like this, Roblox had linked an entire website dedicated to an official wiki? Me neither. But let's go see for ourselves, shall we? Now on the Wayback Machine, we can go back in time to this Roblox snapshot on April 2nd, 2006. Judging by the look, it is a little bare bones, but that doesn't matter. What does matter, however, is this, the info section. This part of the website redirects you to this domain, which, you know, sounds like a Roblox wiki to me. But when you try to click on it now, you're sent to here. Yeah. Unfortunately, this specific domain has not been archived by the Wayback Machine, and the snapshot we're sent to was from 2011, long after Roblox stopped using this domain. The only archive I could find of this specific domain is here on the front page, where it links a single article from the wiki about making a game. But thankfully, we're not done just yet. Let's travel a few months later and see what's changed. So in this snapshot, the section that redirects you to the wiki has been changed from info to help. Furthermore, the wiki you were sent to has now changed domains, and thankfully this domain has an early enough snapshot for us to see what an official Roblox wiki looked like almost 20 years ago. Now, as you can probably see, there isn't much content to explore, but there is still some interesting articles and pages I want to show you. Firstly, on the main page there lies a discussion section, and on this snapshot we see that only Mr. Doombringer has sent messages here. But there is some weird text above by an unknown user that reads as follows. When is Roblox gonna start up again? I can't install it. Weird, just weird. I saw a blinking beacon in Chaos Canyon and 2 flag things. You know, I'd be lying to you if I said that didn't sound a little ominous. But anyways, there's also a tutorial section, and in here there's actually an instructional video on how to fly in Crossroads? Oh. Well, luckily there's an archive from the YouTuber Archive, so we can see if this video was really telling the truth. Oh my god! You can fly upside down too? Looking at the other tutorials, they're also included an entire guide of all of the brick battle weapons, ranging from the slingshot all the way to the flamethrower. It's kind of funny reading all of these articles since they go into so much detail on how these weapons should be used. Okay, lastly, before we move on, let's check out the community guidelines from 2006. All actions on Roblox must be safe for users 4 to 124? What? Anyways, since Roblox was in its early stages, the guidelines were pretty general and self-explanatory. Like for example on predatory behavior, where it says, any actions of a predatory nature will result in the immediate destruction of a user account and a report will be filed with the authorities. Also in the community guidelines, there was an entire article dedicated to every user who received a reminder, a warning, or a ban from Roblox. I guess this served as a hall of shame of some sort. So, that was pretty cool. But for our last stop, let's go to October 2008 when the Roblox website looked like this, I think. In this snapshot, it's clear that there's a lot more articles and sections added, including the help center where you can find answers for a bunch of questions. Now honestly, I'm not gonna go through these, but I will look at this side and check out what's over here instead. First of all, the Roblox HQ section lists all the staff names under Roblox during this time, including developers, interns, and even all of the forum moderators. You can even see that Roblox was hiring at one point too. Maybe I could have gotten a spot back then. Anyways, the community guidelines section has also gotten more dense with information now, and they even have an article that shows some examples of bad places that aren't allowed on Roblox. Win 1,000 tickets by completing this place? Get married and make babies? Fun dating place? No, next. And finally, there lies a player created section where people can show off what they created in Roblox, from land to air vehicles, war devices, buildings, and even mystical angel snakes. There's also other sections to show off t-shirts, places, comics, movies, and screenshots. Although for the last 3, I have no idea if any of them have been archived. And to top it off, there's also an idea section where people would think of such great ideas like gravity blocks, submarines, antimatter cannons, and flying bathtubs. I mean, it is in fact an idea, so... Well, I could keep going further, but I think we've traveled enough for today. So what do you think of the old Roblox Wiki? I think it's pretty neat seeing how Roblox had something like this back then when the community was way smaller than it is today. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. See ya.